Right. Will someone come on? Will this work? All kinds of questions. When you deal with shoddy equipment, that's what happens. Al, am I back on? Can you hear me? Can you see my hand moving all over the place? Is my connection reconnected now? I don't even know where I left off. Can somebody, because I wasn't paying attention to the chat, I didn't see it freeze up. Can anybody tell me where it froze up, what inning, what was going on? Because I played the top of the second, and I don't know if that's when it cut off or when it cut off. But I can give a recap based on where I left off. If somebody will let me know, then I will, after the first. Okay. All right, top of the first, or top of the second, rather. Combat Painter flew to center. He went on a chemistry, well, after his at bat, it was a chemistry check on Grognard. They were not harmonious, so they made an out there. And then Craig Artle rolled and found a star result on our Red Sox fan, so another ground out. That's where we stand right now, bottom of the second, 2-0. Don't know what happened before, but hopefully it won't happen again. You never know. It's the internet and it's equipment, so anything is liable to happen. All right, so we are going to start now at the bottom of the second with Larry facing off against Strat Delaware. He got knocked around for 2 runs in the first. Trying to recover now. 1-3-5, that's the unusual play. So we're going to the memorable plays in the field because the red is 1, or the 1 is red and the black is 3. 3 is black. So 1 red, black 3. And we're going to do the memorable plays in the field and see how memorable it is. 4-6. 4-6 says shortstop iron. For the Deadballers is Mr. He is not iron. So since he's not iron, it's going to be a ground out. Otherwise, it would have went right through the 5-hole for a single. But he was up to the task to make the play, and Larry Harris is retired. So hopefully that snafu won't happen again. All right, here's J.B. Gorman. 2-3-6 double control. And again, that's the same thing he got in the bottom of the first. He does have double control, so it is a ground ball to the pitcher and a ground ball to the shortstop. So 1, 2, 3 in quick order go the Jesters, as Gorman and T-Dub TV are both gone on that double control. That's probably one of the better traits to have. Even though he's a semi-workman, he's got that double control, and that certainly helps. All right, so Don Heston will lead things off for the Deadballers. Number 8 hitter in the lineup, 2-5-6. Ask, is the pitcher, Al Red Sox fan, a struggler? No, he's not. Is batter champion or patient? He is semi-patient. The sire die gives him that patience. So he will draw a walk. So the Deadballer is waiting out Al, getting him to throw strikes. That'll bring up Dan Rags Rudolph. 1-1-3. Ace or dynamic? He is neither one. He's a star. Is the batter a slugger? No, he's a scrapper. But he's still going to single to center field even though he's a scrapper. So he just won't get the double. He'll get a single. And with a lead eye 1, that's a 1-base advancement only. So, first and second, nobody out. And Mark McClellan is up. And in true dead ball fashion, we're going to bunt. That's a 3. It's a good bunt. Anything other than a 6 pretty much is a good bunt. So it's a good bunt. Sacrifice hit for the first out. But runners go to second and third with only 1 out for Ken the Jet Castro. And if Ken the Jet Castro can get a base hit, we could certainly have a tie game. 1-3-6 is Alan Ace. No, he's not. Is the batter whiffer or cold? He is neither. So we're going to infield drama. So we're checking the defense of the ID Jesters. We get a 4-4 on the defensive check. So let's see who that calls upon. 4-4. Pitcher gold. Al is not gold. He's neutral. So it's bad, but pitcher saves play, throws batter out first if he's gold. Otherwise, pitcher mishandles the ball, batter safe at first on an error. And that's going to load the bases. No, it's not, because the runners are at second and third. So 1 run's going to score. My bad. Forgot about the sacrifice hit. So it's going to score Heston, move Rudolph to third, and Castro will reach on the E1. So each team now has committed an error. Runners are at the corners with only 1 out, and that result was in red, so we're going to the experience chart, Al Red Sox is a semi-icon. Mark Forsberg is neutral. All right, so Al is an icon and Forsberg is neutral. 4-4. Ump calls timeout, examine, discard the ball. When play resumes, batter takes ball 4, so it's another walk. And the bases are now loaded with only one out for Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. He gets to step up and get a chance to really drive in some runs here. It is a 1-1-4. That might help Al, because that lead die of 1 usually helps. 1-1-4. Is he fresh? Yes, it's a ground ball to short, and a lead die of 1 is a double play. So it's 6-4-3, and that's going to end the inning. And Al cuts everything off at 1 run and keeps the Jesters in the lead 2-1. So the twin killing really took the rally out of it there, as Al Red Sox was able to coax Anthony into that double play grounder. All right, back to the top of the order for the bottom of the third. Rob exclamation point 146. Does he have flash? Yes. Chris has flash, so it will be a strikeout. However, Rob has the good eye, so it won't be a strikeout. Instead, it'll be a ground out. So we'll just say he grounds to second. But it would have advanced runners had there been runners on base. So that's where that perk would come in. Here's Derek, Dodgers Royals fan. 2-2-6, and he's hit by the pitch. The 2-2-6 is the hit by the pitch check. And when you get a dot, he's hit by the pitch. So knuckleball got away from Chris there, and I don't think it hurt very much with that slow knuckler, but he will reach for D. Scott Howard. 1-2-5. Is he a struggler? No. Is D. Scott Howard patient? Yes. Semi-patient. Saturday says he's patient. It's going to be a walk. However, there are goggles, but Phil Cuzzy is respected. He's not questionable or lenient, so the walk will stand. So a hit by pitch and a walk puts 2 on with 1 out for Mark Russell, who doubled his last trip. 2-5-6. Is he a struggler? No. Is he champion or patient? He is champion. He's semi-champion. Saturday gives him that. Plus, he's also patient. So he's got it both covered both ways. So that's going to be another walk, and it's going to load the bases. So without a hit, the ID Jesters have just loaded the bases with 1 out. And now Strat Delaware needs that double control, ground ball double play. Here's Bubba Husky, the DH. 1-2-6, he might get it. Is he fresh? Yes. Since he's fresh, the line out to second for out number 2. And since there is a runner on second, and there's a dot, that means Mark Russell, check that, D. Scott Howard gets doubled off. 4 unassisted, double play in the inning because that was a dot. Had that been a blank, then it would have been a line out and we'd keep going. But since that was a dot, it's a double play. So both teams squander opportunities there thanks to double plays. We played 3 complete. And it's 2-1 Jesters. Now both pitchers now will revert to semi-freshness because we're starting the 4th inning. Here's Combat Painter. 2-3-3 for Combat Painter. Ace or star? Al is a star, so he's going to get a ground ball to short. 1 away. And we all know Al is a star. Almost as much of a star as Tabby is. All right, here's the original Grognard. 4-4-5. Is he a workman? No. Chris would be a workman possibly, but not Al. So is the batter patient? Yes. The original Grognard is patient, so it's another walk. So we're getting a lot of walks in this game. Not the sound pitching we had in game 1, that's for sure. Here's Craig Artle. 2-2-3. 2-2-3. Is the pitcher wild? No, he's not wild. Is he slugger or utility? He is semi-utility, but there's a blank here, so he's not utility. So he's going to single to left field. And on a lead die of 2, that's a 1-base advancement. So runners are at first and second. And here we go again. Here's Don Heston. As the Deadballers try to avoid that. Oh, look at this. This is trouble. Triple ones. Triple ones. Is he an ace? No. Is Heston a scrapper? Yes, that's the only thing that saved us, is that Don Heston is a scrapper. Had he not been a scrapper, as a scrapper he doubles, but had he not been a scrapper, that would have been a 3-run homer. As it is, it's a double. It's an RBI double. It's going to tie the score as the original Grognard comes in to tie the game at 2. And we'll move Craig Arnold to third. So runners at second and third with 1 out. Infield's going to have to come in. They want to choke that runoff. And here's number 9 here, Dan Rags Rudolph. 155. Is he a home run king? No, he's a scrapper. So he's going to fly to center, and a lead die of 1. There is no sacrifice fly on that. So there's 2 down. And back to the top of the order, and Mark McClellan. 445. 445. Is he a workman? No. Is he patient? No. It's ground out to first, and that's going to end the inning. So Al pitches around that jam to only allow 1 run. And at the end of 3.5, it's 2-2. As both teams evenly matched going at it. Tabby's even perked up to see what's going on. Strat Delaware is now semi-fresh as well, facing Clark Rotz. 3-4-5. Iron catcher. No, Combat Painter's not iron. Does he have a good eye? No, he does not. He's going to strike out. So knuckleball mesmerized Clark Rotz there for the strikeout. It's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart, which means Strat Delaware is semi-hot. Larry Harris is neutral because he grounded to short. All right, so Chris is hot, 3-5. Hot pitcher, 3-5. No, this says hot batter. He's not a hot batter. If he was, he would foul off pitches till finding one he likes to single to right. Otherwise, he flies to left. So a simple fly to left for out number 2. That'll bring up J.D. Gorman. 4-4-6. 4-4-6. Is he a star? No, Strat's not a star. Is he sad sack, utility, or patient? He is none of that because the decider die takes that away. So he's going to single to right. Active runner would steal, but he's not active. But it's a 2-out single for J.B. Gorman. And it's in red, so we're going to the experience chart. And T-Dub TV is a semi-prospect. Chris Strat Delaware is neutral on the experience. All right, so T-Dub will be a prospect. 2-5, 2-5. Icon batter. No, he's not an icon batter. If he was, he'd anticipate the pitch, chop a single pass short. Otherwise, he lines to third. So T-Dub lines to third to end the inning. And we go to the bottom. I'm sorry, we go to the top of the 5th. We are tied at 2 apiece. Here from the crappy veteran stadium, the antithesis of the Deadballers. They're bane of the Deadballers with this artificial turf and the cookie cutter. All right, and it was planned that way. Trust us. All right, got to figure out where to play the Deadballers home games. That's the other chore. All right, Ken the Jet Castro will lead things off. Got to keep him off the bases. 3-4-5, iron catcher. D. Scott is semi-gold. He's not iron. Good eye. Yep, he's got the good eye. So we're going to the umpire chart for the first time. We'll check the umpires out. Base is empty. It's a 2-die roll plus the decider. It's a 2-2 with a dot. Respected umpire at third. Hunter Wendelstadt is the third base umpire, and he is semi-respected. The dot says he's respected, so he is respected. Sharp liner, dust foul line, fair ball, batter on base with single. So Ken Castro singles to start the inning. Had he not been respected, they would have called that ball foul. But it caught the chalk in the AstroTurf just over the cutout of the third baseline, and he got the single. Great job by Rob to cut it off and not let him get a double. But a single it is, and here's Mark Forsberg. Forsberg, oh, trouble for Al again. Triple ones. Triple ones. And Forsberg is not a scrapper. In fact, I think he homered last game. He's going to homer again. Home run to left field. Going the opposite way against Al, Red Sox fan. And the Deadballers now lead it 4-2 on Mark Forsberg's home run. So quickly, 2 runs are in, and the bullpen is up and active for the ID Jesters. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming is loosening in the bullpen as quickly as he possibly can. Here's Anthony from Bleacher Bum Gaming. 1-1-3. Acer Dynamic. No. Is he a slugger? Yes, he is a slugger. So he's going to double to left field since he's a slugger. So Anthony with a double. And now with 3 consecutive hits, that makes Al a semi-struggler. But we're going to go ahead and make a call to the pen right here. Can't take it any longer. Sorry, Al, just didn't have it today. Dave Little You are the closer on the Deadballers. You are the closing pitcher on the Deadballers. Okay, so Eric is going to come in as Al just struggled today. Didn't have his good stuff. Could have been feeling the effects of whatever had him down earlier in the week. So just couldn't quite hang. But Eric from Higher Ground Gaming is going to see if he can't pick him up. And since he's coming in the middle of an inning, Eric will get the ace quality on his first at bat as he faces Combat Painter. There's Combat Painter. 1, 4, 5. Struggler, no. And that's good because had Al still been in there, he would have been a struggler. And that would have been a wild pitch. But since he's not a struggler, it's a ground ball to third, and the runner's going to have to hold one away. But 4-2 Deadballers here in the top of the fifth. Here's the original Grognard. And they've knocked Al Red Sox fan out, and Eric from High Ground Gaming is in the game. 2-4-5. Blank for the pitcher. Is he a hero? Original Grognard is not a hero, so he's going to pop it up to second for out number 2. That keeps everybody right where they are, and that's in red, so we're going to the experience chart. Craig Artle is neutral, and Eric is semi-icon. So Eric has the advantage. Now they're both neutral. So we go to the experience chart. Both players are neutral. 1-3. Prospect pitcher. No, he's not a prospect pitcher. If he was, he'd be off target, and the batter would chop a single. Otherwise, he grounds to third. So it's a ground out to third, and stellar work turned in by Eric to stop the bleeding. 2 runs come in, all charged to Al Red Sox fans, so he ends up giving up 4 runs. I believe 3 are earned in 4+ innings. So hopefully his mates on the ID Jesters will get the bats rolling against Chris Stratomatic Delaware and pick him up. But now Strat Delaware has a 2-run lead to protect. And he's going to start off top of the order against Rob. 2-2-5. Is he a star? No, he's not a star. Is Rob a slugger or a sad sack? He is neither one. He's a semi-slugger, but the sire die says no. Had he been a slugger, he would have popped to right. Instead, he's going to single to center, and an active runner steals. He's semi-active, not active, but it's still going to be a single. So Rob reaches to... That's what you need is base runners. You need those base runners when you're down, and he just did it. So now here's Derek Dodger's Royal fan looking to... And it's another 2-3-4 right back. Oh, that's plate drama because we do have a runner on base. We will be going to plate drama. We're checking the control of the pitcher or the defense of the catcher on this plate drama chart. And the catcher is Combat Painter, who is neutral. We get 2-5. 2-5 says catcher gold. No, he's not. If he was gold, he would dig out the ball out of the dirt for a ball. Otherwise, it's a pass ball. So Combat Painter unable to stop that knuckleball, and the pass ball it is moves Rob to second base. So Rob goes to second base, and Derek is still at bat. 4-5-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he patient? Yes, he is. Semi-patient. The sire die makes him patient. It's a walk. So the first 2 are on, and now perhaps the Deadballers bullpen might start stirring down there. Here's D. Scott Howard. 4-5-5. Flash. Yes, he does have the flash quality. So it will be a strikeout, and he gets D. Scott Howard out on strikes for the first out. A big out there. Here's Mark Russell. 2-2-4 from Mark Russell. Pitching at home. Nope. This is the one role in the game where the home team gets the advantage. And since the ID Jesters are at home, Strat Delaware does not get that perk. He would have gotten Russell to pop to short. Instead, we go to the next result. Is he a slugger? Yes, he is. It's a double to left. So by being on the road, he gives up the double. And that's going to score Rob and move Derek Dodgers to third base. So just like that, it's 4-3, and the ID Jesters are coming back. Here's Bubba Husky, and we look over into the bullpen, and RNGIDP is loosening for the Deadballers, just in case Chris tires or fails. Here's Bubba Husky. 1-3-5, that's black, so the black one means we're going to the ballpark. And Bubba Husky's a righty, so that means Veterans Stadium plays semi-small to both, but it's going to play semi-small in the stadium at bat. So we're checking the stadium, the cookie cutter small stadium. See what happens. 4-5, it's going to play neutral because the decider die does not make it small. So 4-5, small ballpark, slugger or home run king, blast home run. And he would have had it because he's a semi-home run king. He would have had that home run had that been a dot. Had that been a dot, it would have been a home run because it would have been a small ballpark. Otherwise, any batter flies out to the warning track. So warning track power, but that is going to be good enough for sacrifice fly. As the runner was on third, will score on that sacrifice fly. So, yeah, I used the dot to tell that the ballpark was not semi-small, or was not small, so it's a neutral ballpark. So that negates his home run king because you have to have a small ballpark to get that home run. So that's why it wasn't necessary to check this. All right, but it is going to be a sacrifice fly because that deep ball to the outfield, and we got a tie game at 4. So just like that, the ID Jesters respond in kind to the Deadballers, and Strat Delaware is going to try to get through the inning. There's 2 outs. To try to get Clark-a-Rots. 1-3-6. He's not an ace. Is Clark-a-Rots whiffer or cold? He is a whiffer, so he's going to strike out, and that's going to end the inning. And that's going to be it for Chris. He's not going to be able to go any further. He gets about 4 runs in 5 innings. So neither pitcher is going to, neither starter, I should say, is going to factor into the decision. So we're going to see if Eric can go an extra inning or whether we need to go to the bullpen. Let's see how we're going to work this. Looks like we're going to have we'll let Eric pitch. Oh, he did pitch 1 inning. He's going to be semi-fresh, but we're going to take a chance and keep him going. So here's Don Heston. 2-5-6. He's not a struggler. Is Heston champion or patient? He is patient. Semi-patient. Doc gives it to him, so it's a walk. Loads of walks in this game. I'm going to total up all the walks. This is incredible with all these walks. So Heston reaches. Here's Dan Rags Rudolph, and he's going to bunt. He's going to try to get the runner in scoring position. It's a 1. So let's look at that bunt result. When you roll a 1 on a sacrifice bunt, it says safe at first, runners advance. So he actually beat that out for a base hit. So how about that? Rags Rudolph, a bunt single. He's trying to sacrifice, but it ends up being a bunt single. And now that brings up Mark McClellan, and he will bunt. And he did it again, another 1. So he's going to reach on a bunt single. Incredible. Bases are loaded. That's going to be it for Eric. He's going to have to come out. We need somebody that can be an ace to try to put the kibosh on this. And they're going to turn to Mr. Moley, 55. So Mr. Moley, 55, is coming in. And he will be an ace on this first at bat. Mr. Moley. And he'll be an ace in this at bat, but the bases are loaded. Infield's looking to turn 2 here. They're actually in so they can get the lead run at home. Here's Ken the Jet Castro. Mr. Moley is an ace this at bat. 2-3-5. Wild. No, he's not wild. Is the batter eager? No, he's patient. If he was eager, he would have singled through the shortstop, but since he's patient, he's going to ground to second. However, since he's patient also, I have to show this. I don't want to, but I have to. He's got a little hourglass right here on this ground out to second. It's an hourglass. When we flip it over, it says, if he's patient, he draws a walk. So we have just walked in a run, and that run is charged to Eric. And it keeps the bases loaded with nobody out, and now Mr. Moley is no longer an ace. Here's Mark Forsberg. He homered last trip, so this could be troublesome. 3-4-5. Iron catcher, no. Does he have a good eye? No, he doesn't. It's a strikeout, so a huge strikeout there to get Mark Forsberg. It's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart. He is semi-hot. Anthony, who doubled last time, is also semi-hot. So semi-hot against semi-hot. And now they're both neutral, 4-4. And every time I roll on these charts, I seem to roll double 4s, which ends up being a walk. I hate that. It's one thing I've changed in this game. Batter steps out of box for a walk, so it's another walk. Another bases loaded walk. That's the one part of this game that I would change on this book, is the walk ratio. Seems to be too many walks for my taste. All right, so another run is in. It's 2 runs are in, and base is still loaded for Combat Painter. Oh, and that's even worse. 5-5-6. That's even more trouble. 5-5-6. He's not an ace. He's not a sad sack. It's a double to right, and that's going to clear the bases. So a base clearing double, and that's going to be all for Mr. Moley. He just couldn't hang today or tonight, and that's now 5 runs in the inning, and the Deadballers now have a 9-4 lead, and Mr. Moley will have to exit the premises. And let's see who they're going to bring in. They're going to bring in Manuel Rivera. He will be an ace on this at bat because he's coming in the middle of an inning. So Rivera will be coming in to face the original Grognard. Oh, that one just fell right through the cracks there, didn't it? Bad roll on my part. See if I can get that. Let me re-roll that blue die and see what happens. All right, 2-4-5. 2-4-5. Is he a hero? Original Grognard is not a hero, so he will pop to second. And that is, I believe, is that the first? That's the second out of the inning. And it's in red, so we're going to the experience chart. Manuel Rivera is a semi-prospect. And Craig Arnold, the 9th man to bat in the inning, is neutral. All right, he is a prospect. 2-6 prospect pitcher against neutral batter. Icon pitcher, no. So it's not experience when batter strikes him out. It's batter drops single over second base. So it's a base hit. We'll check runner advancement with a lead die of 2. And let's see what we get here. Runners advance 1 base on single, 2 bases on double. Active scores from second on any hit. Combat Painter is not active, so he will stop at third. So now runners are at the corners, and now they batted around, and Don Heston will get the bat again this inning. He led off everything with a walk. And this has been a disastrous inning for the ID Jesters, to say the least. 3-4-6. 3-4-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he eager? No, he's not. So that's another walk. That's going to load the bases. So the bases are loaded now for Rags Rudolph. Rivera trying to get that last out. 1-4-6. That might help. 1-4-6. Does he have flash? He's got semi-flash, but the cider die says no. Is the batter a champion? No. It's a ground out to second, and that's going to end the inning mercifully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs come in. And actually, Strat Delaware now will inherit those runs, so he's going to be the pitcher of record. He has a chance to, if the Deadballers hang on to the lead and don't ever lose it, Chris will actually get the win because those runs will be credited to his account. And RNG IDP is the new pitcher for the Deadballers. And all he's got to do is keep the ID Jesters from scoring a bunch of runs. RNG IDP. All right, and it's going to be Larry Harris to lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th. 3-4-5. 3-4-5. Iron catcher, no. Does he have a good eye? He does not. It's a strikeout. So RNG IDP strikes out to Larry Harris. That's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart. He is a hot pitcher, and Semi Gorman is a semi-hot batter. I should say semi-hot pitcher and semi-hot batter. You don't get full hotness till you go to the 7th. And now they're both hot. 1-2. Hot batter, yes. Zeroes in on choice pitch, knocks into right field for a single. So that's a base hit for Mr. Gorman. He's 2 for 3. And back come the ID Jesters. And it'll be T-Dub TV. 2-2-3. 2-2-3. Is the pitcher wild? No, he's got control. Slugger or utility? He is utility because the desired die is a dot. So since he's utility, he will line it to short. Otherwise, he would have gotten a base hit, but since that dot came up, he made him utility, and he is a line off to short. So there's 2 down. Back to the top of the order. It's up to Rob to get something through here. Oh, Rob just did it. Look at that. 1-1-1-1. He's not an ace. Rob's not a scrapper. That is a 2-run home for Rob. And some life into the ID Jesters. A 2-run bomb for Rob. Cuts the lead to 9-6, and the ID Jesters back in the game now. And here's Derek Dodgers Royals fan. 1-2-4 control. Yes, he's got it. It's ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. Probably all for RNGDIP. After that 1 inning, he gives up 2 runs, so he's going to have to come out. And we'll get a new pitcher for the ID Jesters. Better be a good one, because already given up 9 runs. Can't afford to give up anything more. So let's see who they're going to go to. So I get my lineups cross-referenced here. Let's see here. McClellan will lead things off. And Arnold. I got the players mixed up here. Sorry, folks. Just straightening some things out. Doing some housekeeping. I think I've got everything back where it needs to be. Okay, and Mark McClellan will... Actually, yeah, Mark McClellan will be leading off. And I want to make sure I get the right lineups in order here for the ID Jesters. Scott Howard, Russell Husky, and then Clark Rotz. And then we have Larry Harris, JB Gorman, TWTV, Rob, and Derek Dodgers Royal fan. Okay, now we're set. Now we need a new pitcher for the ID Jesters. And I'm trying to look and see who they have remaining that they can use. They are going to go to... Boy, tough decisions here. They're going to go to Tony Spicciali. I know he pitched last time, but he's going to go ahead and give it a go this time as well. So we'll see what he can do. Tony Spicciali, pitcher number 5 for the ID Jesters. Facing Mark McClellan, top of the 7th. 1-3-4. Gold catcher. D. Scott Howard is semi-gold, but the sire die says it's not gold this time. Champion, no. Outfield drama for the ID Jesters. So outfield drama it is. See if one of our gold outfielders can do something. It's a 6-6. So 6-6 says right fielder iron. It would be a double if he's iron. Otherwise, he'll make the play. Our right fielder is Larry Harris. He's not iron, so he will make the play. So 1 away. Good thing he wasn't iron. That would have been a double. All right, here is Ken the Jet Castro. 3-5-6. That's the left-right split. And unfortunately, Tony Spicciali is a lefty. Ken Castro is a righty. However, that does not guarantee a hit, because you go to the next column after it fails the sameness check. If it's utility or sad sack, he grounds to short. And guess what? Ken Castro is both a sad sack and utility, so he's going to ground to short. So just because he had the platoon advantage, that did not help him. Shortstop, ground to the shortstop, and that took care of it. Here's Mark Forsberg, 2-3-4. Runners on base? No, there are no runners on base. Is he a hot batter? Yes, he is. Mark Forsberg is the hot batter. He was designated hot batter from the previous game. So since it's a hot batter, he's going to go to a fence check. And Forsberg he has no power listed. No slugger, no home run king. So we go to the fence, roll 1d6, and look off this other chart. It's either going to be a double, triple, or a home run, depending on what we roll. Looking for a low number. And I got a 4, which is a triple. So it's a triple for Mark Forsberg. And he has been a nemesis, a triple and a home run in this game. Home run last game. So Forsberg, a 2-out triple. Luckily, it's already 2 outs. Here's Anthony, Bleacher Bums. 4-4-6 for Anthony. 4-4-6. Is the pitcher a star? Yes. Tony is a semi-star. Sardar gives it to him. So it's a ground up to second. Otherwise, it would have been a base hit. Put the grounder to second. Keeps the runner at third and ends the inning. So bottom of the 7th inning stretch time. After this wild one, it looks like everybody probably needs a stretch. RNGIDP will be leaving. And we'll see who the new pitcher is going to be for the Deadballers. And it's going to be Bobby Catalano. Bobby Catalano will be the new pitcher for the Deadballers, otherwise known as the turncoat of the league, because I believe she switched from ID Jesters to the Deadballers. So, but that's a whole other issue, which we won't get into right now. All right, here's D. Scott Howard. 135, and that's a blue 1 on that unusual chart, which means we're going to the umpires. So we go to the umpire chart. Base is empty. See what the umpires have to say. 2-5, 2-5, 2-5. Questionable umpire at first. Dana DeMuth, base umpire, is semi-questionable. The dot makes him questionable. So since he's questionable, blown call, rules batter safe at first. So how about that? He blew the call, and D. Scott Howard is safe with a base hit. So bad call by Dana DeMuth, but he helped us out. That'll bring up 2-4-5. And it's blank for the pitcher, I do believe. Let me go back and look. 2-4-5, blank for the pitcher. Is he a hero? No, he's not a hero, unfortunately. So he's going to pop to second for out number 1. And it's in red, so we're going to the experience chart. Now, Bobby is a semi-prospect. Bubba Husky is a semi-icon. So Bubba has the advantage here. And she's a prospect. He's an icon. 2-2 on the experience. Let's see who rules the day on the experience chart. 2-2. Prospect pitcher. Yes, she is a prospect pitcher. Loses pitch. Batter belts deep. So a fence check, and he is a semi-home run king. So this could be trouble. If the dot comes up, he'll be a home run king. It does, and that's a 2, so that's a home run. Because on the fence check, the only way a home run king doesn't get a home run is if you roll a 1. We rolled a 2, so it is a 2-run bomb for Bubba Husky. Using his experience and caginess to get that home run off of Bobby. And all of a sudden, it's now a 9-8 game. So things are tightening up here at the vet. Still only 1 out for Clark Rotz. Clark Rotz, 1-4-5. 1-4-5. Struggler. No, she's not a struggler. Even though she's given up 2 runs, you have to give up 3 consecutive batters to be a struggler. So she's not a struggler. So instead, it is a ground out to third base for out number 2. And it's going to bring up Larry Harris. Larry Harris, 4-5-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he patient? Yes, he is. It's a walk. So he will walk. That's going to bring up Mr. Gorman, J.B. Gorman. And I'm debating about a pinch hitter here. Although he is 2 for 3, so it's kind of hard to do that. I was kind of looking for power, but I guess we'll stick to it. Let him see what he can do. He's 2 for 3, so might as well ride the hot hand, although he was the designated cold batter when the game started. 4-4. 3-4-4 prospect. Yes, Bobby is a semi-prospect. The Saturday says she's a prospect. So 3-4-4, the pitcher is a prospect. It's another fence check. And he is a semi-slugger. So if we get that decider die, he'll be a slugger. We don't. It's a 6, though, so that will help in the other category. On the fence check, a 6 on the other category is still a home run. How about that? So J.B. Gorman has gone deep, and that's going to do it for Bobby. She just can't hang, as she came in and has blown the lead and cost Chris Stratt Delaware his victory. As now the ID Jesters have taken a 9. I'm sorry, they've taken a 10-9 lead. 10-9 lead, and that's going to be all for Bobby. They're going to bring in the Deadballers. Will be bringing in Mr. After further review himself, Steve Tower. He will be coming in to pitch as Bobby is in dire need of relief. He will be an ace because he's coming in mid-inning. There are 2 outs. And here's T-Dub TV. 4-5-6. 4-5-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he patient? He is patient. It will be a walk. So yet another walk. And now we're back to Rob again. 1-5-6. Is he a whiffer? He is not. He's got a good eye. So we'll go to outfield drama. Outfield drama we go. 4-5. 4-5 for outfield drama. 4-5 outfield drama. 4-5. Center fielder gold. Center fielder is Rudolph, Rags Rudolph. He is semi-gold. Decider says he's gold. So therefore, it's a line out. Otherwise, it would have been a base hit, but that's going to be a line out to end the inning. And he took a hit away from Rob. However, fourth spot comes on. It's 10-9 as we go to the 8th inning. That was in purple, but we're going to get a pitching change, and pitching changes override the mini charts. So pitching change is happening, and with the lead, a shaky reliever is coming into the ball game to see if he can hold this lead. Don't know if that's a wise decision to bring this fella in, but we're going to try it. See what happens. He's the quote-unquote closer. Somebody deemed him that way. I'm not sure how that happened. But anyway, facing Combat Painter. Got to go for the 2-inning save. 3-3-4. 3-3-4. Ace or star? Yes. This bozo's an ace, so he stops it. It's a pop out to first. One away. And that'll bring up the original Grognard. Otherwise known as OG, I believe. The original Grognard. I don't know if there's a second Grognard. You would think if he's the original, there's got to be another one behind him somewhere. 4-5-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he patient? He is patient. It'll be a walk. So the tying run is now on base for Craig Artle. And we might get a pinch hitter for Craig. Let's see here. How has Craig done this? Actually, he's gotten 2 hits, so we're going to leave him in. It's 2 for 4. 2-3-4. That's plate drama because there are runners on base. So we are going to check the catching ability, most likely, of D. Scott Howard. We shall see. 5-6. 5-6. Catcher gold. Yes, D. Scott Howard is semi-gold. The dot says he's gold. So therefore, it's a strike. It would have been a wild pitch otherwise. So D. Scott Howard saved a wild pitch. And we go to the umpire chart with the runner at first. We get a 3-4. 3-4. Questionable umpire at second. Angel Hernandez, amazingly, is semi-respected. So he's not questionable, although I think he is. But the game says he's not. 3-4. If he was questionable, runner calls runner out at second despite second base foot off the bag. Other umpires rule runner safe, batter out at first. So he's not questionable. So runner safe, batter out at first. Okay, so the runner's going to be safe, the batter's out at first. Basically, the runner advances to second, and we'll call it a 4-3 ground out for out number 2. The defense doesn't really matter. The big thing is there's a runner on second with 2 outs for Don Heston. And he's been a sore spot. He's walked 3 times and he's doubled. So going to be up to you-know-who to try to keep that score the same. 1-3-3. 1-3-3. Blank for the pitcher. Is he a slugger? Don Heston is a scrapper, so he's not a slugger. If he had been a slugger, it would have been a home run. Otherwise, it's a fly to left, and the inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the 8th, and it's still a 10-9 ball game. And we'll get a new pitcher coming in for the Deadballers, and it's going to be Chris Kaysen. Chris Kaysen will be in. He will be the 5th pitcher for the Deadballers, and he'll be facing Derek Dodger Royal fan. Still a 10-9 game here in the bottom of the 8th. Obviously, a lot more runs than game 1. Tells you how good the pitching was in game 1. 1-4-5. Not a struggler. It's a ground ball to third. 1 away. Here comes D. Scott Howard. 2-3-3. 2-3-3. Ace or star? No, he's not. Slugger? No, he's a scrapper. So it's a fly to center. And there's 2 away. So Chris Kaysen doing a little bit better work here than the rest of that bullpen. 2-2-6. He's not hit by the pitch because there's no dot there. He's not the cleanup batter. I'm sorry, he is the cleanup batter. Mark Russell is the cleanup batter. My bad. So since he's the cleanup batter, that's a home run. Look at that. 2-2-6. If you're the cleanup batter, you get a home run to right field. He is the cleanup batter. It is a home run for Mark Russell. So Mark Russell has doubled twice and now homered. He is definitely one of the offensive stars of the game. It is now 11-9, and here's Bubba Husky. 256, struggler, no. Champion or patient, neither one. So we got infield drama. So we're checking the defense of the Deadballers, who must be getting tired by now, giving up 11 runs and being run ragged. 1-4. 1-4 on the infield drama. First baseman, iron. First baseman is Forsberg. He's not iron. So it's not round out. And the inning's over. All right. So the run comes in. It is now an 11-9 game. Folks, my power is down to 15%. So what I need to do is run downstairs and get my power cord. I thought I was going to have enough to go through the whole thing, but I don't want this thing cutting out on me in the top of the ninth. So chat amongst yourself. I'll be right back in about 2 minutes. I got to get my power cord. All right, Gracie, come on. Okay, I'm back, folks. I'm just putting up the power cord so that we don't run out of power here. Okay, hopefully that will help. All right, top of the ninth, we are ready to go. And I guess we'll leave the Joker in to pitch the save. Semi-fresh now because it's the second inning of work. Facing Rags Rudolph, but we might get a pinch hitter for Rags Rudolph. And we will. It will be Robbie Wartburg. So Robbie's going to pinch hit. Try to take matters in his own hand. Robbie Wartburg hitting here in the top of the ninth. 255. 255. Star, no, he's an ace, but not a star. Home run king. No, he's a scrapper, not a home run king. So he will fly to left. That's one away. And a big early out to get. Now it's back to the top of the order, and Mark McClelland. 1-2-4, control. And guess what, folks? Double control. That means 2 ground outs in a row to the shortstop, and the ball game is over. Just like that. That double control took care of it. And in a wild fashion, it is 11-9. The ID Jesters win it. Take a 2-0 lead. I'll total up all the hits and everything later. But 11-9 is your final. The ID Jesters take a 2-0 lead as they have a travel day tomorrow. And we'll have to figure out what the home ballpark's going to be for the Deadballers. Maybe the Baker Bowl or the Polo Grounds or some place like that. Some ancient place like that. And we'll let them have their home field that way. So... sorry about the freeze up in about the second inning earlier. So hopefully everything kept up this time. Ebbets Field, that's a good choice possibly. Any of the old fields we'll look into. I don't have pictures for them, but I do have cards or do have ratings. History Maker gives the ratings for all the stadiums. So I could go in and just put the ratings on the score sheet and let you know what they are. Forbes, Shive, they're all good. So we shall see. But yeah, 2-0. How about that? The ID Jesters, 2-0. 2-0. And the shenanigans and the smack talk can keep going. Chris, I'm glad you had fun. I'm sorry you lost the win. You certainly were in position to get it. You were up 9-4 going to the bottom of the 6th, and the bullpen just imploded. Unfortunately, RNGIDP and Bobby Catalano all gave up some runs. Even Chris Kaysen in the 8th gave up a run. So that's the way it goes. Game 3, looking forward to Game 3. We'll look at the starters for Game 3. And it'll be Mr. Utah Mike will be the starter for the ID Jesters. And the starter for the Deadballers will be Danny Rogers. So it's Danny Rogers against Mr. Utah Mike in Game 3. And then Game 4 will come back with the #1 starters, Ron Juckett and Mr. Shenanigans himself, a.k.a. Sandy Koufax, a.k.a. the artist formerly known as Ha Clinton Parks. The Rear Admiral will be trying to redeem himself from not getting that win in Game 1. So first game was a pitcher's duel. Second game was a wild, crazy slugfest. Who knows what Game 3 is going to be. We'll see what Utah Mike and Danny Rogers have to say about it. They both actually got really good cards. Danny Rogers is a star with double flash, and Mr. Utah Mike is a semi-ace, flash, and semi-wild. So anything's liable to happen, and we'll figure out what old ballpark we're going to be playing from and see what happens. But right now, the ID Jesters can have the bragging rights for the next day or two as they come back from a 9-4 deficit to score 7 unanswered runs. Actually, it was 7 unanswered runs in the 6th, 7th, and 8th. 2 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th, and 1 in the 8th. And the big blow, a couple of big blows, home runs from Bubba Husky and J.B. Gorman. In fact, also a home run in the 8th by Mark Russell. So a lot of home runs in the game. Bobby, I'm sorry your card didn't turn out well, or the rolls didn't come out well for you. And unfortunately, Bobby took the loss. Tony Spicciali got the win, and this crazy guy got the save with the 2-inning save. I don't know how that happened. It had to be a fix in there somewhere, but he got the save. And it's 2-0. And until next time, probably Game 3 is going to be looking like Saturday. Don't know what time of the day Saturday, or if it's going to be evening or whatever. I'll depend on how other people are streaming, but probably Saturday, maybe late afternoonish. I don't know for sure. See how the schedules go. But tomorrow's an off day for everybody to reflect, and so it might be Friday night. Actually, I'm thinking today's Thursday for some reason instead of Wednesday, so it might be Friday night. Might do Friday night. I don't want to mess with the Final Four. So yeah, that's a good point. So Friday night, maybe around 7:30, 8 o'clock ish. On Friday night, we'll do Game 3, and that'll give me time to figure out which stadium I want to play at and get all the lineups done, the score sheets done, figure out who the hot and cold players are, and maybe give a recap of this wild game and give all the stats, how many walks there were, how many hits there were, and so forth. And then get ready for Game 3. Pressure's going to be on the Deadballers. They are down 2-0. So I appreciate all you guys hanging with me and fighting through the snafu I had early on with the channel locking up on me and all that good stuff. And appreciate you all tuning in. And if you hit the like button for me, that's certainly something I would appreciate. And keep an eye out for anybody else in the community that's having a stream this afternoon, or this evening, I should say, or tomorrow, and check them out and give them a like as well. And until next time, as usual, from the crappy vet, we might be back here for Game 6 if it's necessary, but Games 3, 4, and 5 will be at some undisclosed location, parts unknown. And until next time, take care, everybody, and we'll see you all down the road. After this wild game, I need a rest. Talk to you guys later.